18-year-old me had a full-on mohawk. So it was like this, and it was blue and white. Led Zeppelin 3, and it belonged to my uncle Kevin. And I heard he was like dun ticka 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 ticka, and that was it, man. And I couldn't listen to anything else. I think it was Photograph that got me. I'm like, now there's some rock and roll there. You know, I got really into it. I was like, oh hell yeah. And I had a little cousin Joe, and little cousin Joe came all the way out from Alabama, and he's like, what the hell is this? I like this. I'm like, yep, it's better than fucking Leonard Skinner, man. You know, and this is the truth. You know, well, I mean, there's something to be said for, like, you know, being, you know, getting ready for school and you're wrapped in a towel and you're like, there's this thing on 1984. It's like, and you just have to be like, you know, and you just pretend you're doing it. Mostly it was like Hot for Teacher, like Eddie Van Halen walking along the table, you know, doing his fingering thing, like, you know, and like that whole thing. Was really into Oingo Boingo. I wanted her to go to the prom with me, and she would not go with me unless I went to Oingo Boingo with her. I fucking hated Oingo Boingo. I thought they were a bunch of geeks. But I liked them anyway because I wanted her to like me.
My mixtape's got a lot of 9 Inch Nails, The Cure,
Split Ends, Billy Squier,
some Led Zeppelin, some Guns N' Roses.
You get a lot of David Bowie.
Metallica.
a little bit of Pink Floyd.
I was into Van Halen. I was into Black Sabbath.
Some of the earlier Motley Crue.
Ozzy let me down for his like a couple of records, and then he got good again.
A lot of Beatles, a lot of Elton John.
And then George Michael. Just to mix things up.
And so it was like a little bit of heavy metal, a little bit of progressive rock, you know, oddly enough. And yes, it let me down. See, the whole thing was like one big letdown after another during the 80s, and music just started sucking. Something happened there when I lived in Los Angeles. Like LA metal had, I don't know, something had happened. It had gone from being fun to being theatrical and stupid.
How about Theater Pain by Motley Crue? You want to talk about change? They come out in pink spandex and Nikki Sixx is wearing a veil. What the heck am I supposed to do with this, man? I've got all this red and black spandex and I got to go buy pink?
You know, the hair bands were cool, you know. And I saw Poison, and I was really, if anything, with Poison, I was impressed with their enthusiasm for it, because by the time they'd come around, I was already burned on it. And, you know, my soul was being saved by something else. The fun had been evacuated from it because everyone was more bent on making it as opposed to, like, having fun and playing a fun party and, you know, let's drink some beers and find some chicks and do all the things that you want to do as a rock fan, you know. Peter Frampton at the Red Rocks in Colorado. Yeah. And Metallica were from Long Beach, and I got to see him in Long Beach at the VFW, and I was completely moved by him. And someone said, "They're faster than Motorhead!" And I was like, oh, no one's faster than Motorhead. We went down to see him, and they played with a band called Rock's Regime, who later on became Stryper. This little kid, Lars, like back there going, and I thought, wow, these guys are really, they're faster than Motorhead. They really are. The Viper, come and take my children.